And just begin to sit up tall or taller. Think about your spine, tailbone pointed down. Head lifting, top of the head, crown of the head, lifting up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and take those shoulders, crunch them up and roll them down and back. And we'll do that again. Take those shoulders, crunch them up and roll them down and back. Good. Let your arms just dangle by your side for just a moment as you sit. Plant the feet into the floor, plant the heels. Plant your glutes into the chair. Think about the tailbone down, pointed down, lengthening up through that spine. Arms are heavy by your side so that your shoulders can be away from your ears. Neck is long, head is lifted. And just finding a little bit of stillness, preparing for the practice today. With those heavy arms by our sides, let's go ahead and begin to drop the chin towards the chest, keeping those arms heavy so that that neck stays long. So that if there's any tension up there in the shoulders or traps, possibly you can release a little bit of it. Lift that head back up to center and take our eyes lifting them towards the ceiling. Chin is lifting a little bit, not taking the head all the way back. Just a little lift. Again, arms are still heavy. So having that awareness of keeping our arms heavy. And again, drop that chin down towards the chest. And lift that head up to center. Take our eyes towards the ceiling. Bring the head back to neutral. Let's go ahead and look over to the right. Think about chin going over towards that right shoulder. Head back to center. Now drop right ear towards right shoulder. Very heavy arms still. Head back to center. Let's look over to the left. Chin going towards that shoulder. And then back to neutral. Drop left ear to left shoulder. And bring that back to center. Begin to roll those shoulders back. So roll it, get some nice shoulder rolls right here. And roll that forward. Good, and you can relax those arms now. Drop your right ear towards the right shoulder and then drop that chin to chest and then left ear to left shoulder. So let's get some half circles in here for that neck. Just taking that from side to side. And bring that chin back down to the chest. Shoulders away from ears. Lift that head up to center. And roll those shoulders back one more time. Release those arms. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up. And exhale, press those arms down and away. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, press. And inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, press. And inhale, sweep those arms up. Let's clasp our hands at the top. You can exhale here, press our palms towards the ceiling and reach up, lengthening up through those arms, through that torso. Still grounding the feet into the floor, grounding the glutes into the floor, but imagine being pulled up from the ceiling by your wrist. So your torso is getting even longer here. Arms are getting longer. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Good, bring those arms out in front of us. Let's do those stock hands. And then bring our arms out to the side so we can see them in our peripheral vision. Take our palms up. Do a little bit of bicep curl here. So take those hands in the fist and then curl that in. And you can curl your wrists in to get a good stretch on the front of your hands. So curl that in and then open this up. And we'll do a few of these little biceps. Curl this in and open this up. Still sitting up nice and tall. Curl this in and open it up. And curl it in and open it up. Good. Let's curl it in. Hold it here. Opening that chest. So now we're gonna do cat and cow here, a seated cat and cow. So let's go ahead and arch that back. And then let's round it and take our elbows together. Nice rounding. And arch, open, and round that spine closed. And open, and round, and open, and round. Good, back to neutral. Bring our arms back to neutral, lengthen through those arms. Take our arms out in front of us, palms pointed down, and let's release that. Roll the shoulders back and roll that forward. Good, sweep our arms up, inhale. Let's drop our right hand to the side of the chair. Reach over with that left arm. Still finding those feet rooted into the floor, finding both of those glutes rooted into the chair. From here, let's take our left hand to the outside of our right thigh. Reach our right arm behind us for the back of that chair and get that first nice twist here. Inhale deep and let that air out. And again, inhale deep and let that air out. Bring this back to neutral. Sweep our arms up. Go ahead and drop that left hand to the side of the chair. Reach over right arm, keeping the feet, glutes glued to the floor. Breathing while you're stretching. And then let's go ahead and take that left hand to the outside, or right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Reach the left hand for the back of the chair and twisting on this other side. Deep inhale here. And let that air out. And again, deep inhale. And let that air out. Good, bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up. And then let's go ahead and clasp our hands behind us, or you can reach for the back of your chair. It's optional, up to you. We've got those arms behind us, and then drop our chin towards chest. Getting a little bit more of a shoulder and chest opener here. Good stretch, lengthening through those arms. Lift that head back up. Let's bend at those elbows, or if you have your hands on the chair, go and bring your hands behind you. And then let's take them both to that right waist, and the elbow is going to go back. This is a good shoulder stretch for both of those arms, just pulling different ways. And let's take it to the other side, and elbow pointing back. And then release that. Sweep our arms up, inhale. And exhale, press that down. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, press down. Inhale and sweep up. Let's drop left hand to right thigh and twist. Inhale, lift. And other side. So we'll take this back and forth a few times. Let's inhale up. And exhale, twist. Inhale up, and exhale, twist, and inhale up, and exhale, twist, and one last time, inhale up, and exhale, twist. Good, bring this back to center, roll those shoulders. You can grab those blocks, get them ready for our seated sun salutations. Having them ready to grab right there. And sitting up tall. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up right here, and then let's go ahead and dive it down and over so that belly rests on those thighs. Still pressing those feet into the floor, hands can be on those blocks. Let's go ahead and lengthen through our spine, press into those blocks. So tailbone pointed down to the chair, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. So nice long arms, nice long spine. Inhale here, and exhale here. Just holding this long spine while we do one more breath like that. Inhale here. And exhale here. Release this down, relax that for a moment. And let's inhale, lengthen through that spine. Fingers are on the blocks. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, lengthen through spine and arms. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up nice and big. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through those arms, lengthen through that spine. And then exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Let's hold this here. While we hold, you can exhale. We're going to press our right hand into that block, so flattening that. If you were up on your fingers, go ahead and flatten that. And let's twist open to the left. Holding this wonderful twist. Inhale deeply. And air out. And again, inhale. And let that air out. Release that left arm down to the block. Relax that upper body. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Hold this here. And you can exhale while we're lengthening. Go ahead and take that left hand, press it into the block. And let's twist right arm up. So spinal twist. Inhale deep. And let that air out. And again, inhale deep. And air out. Bringing that arm back down. Relax this here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold this here. So keep our hands to heart. Let's hinge forward. Staying this forward, let's take our right elbow to our left thigh. So go ahead and twist that, or your tricep to the thigh. Thinking maybe the elbow can get to the outside of that left thigh to get a super deep twist here. Breathing into this twist. Maybe with each breath, you might be able to twist yourself a little further while trying to keep both of those glutes down. It's really easy while we're twisting over to the left to begin to lift that left glute. Kind of keep that down while you're breathing. And then go ahead and bring us back to center. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Exhale and release that. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Hinge it forward here and let's take it to the other side. So left elbow or left tricep to that right thigh. And twist that here, using that breath and possibly with each breath, maybe twisting a little further. And then bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up big. Dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Release those arms. We're going to take our legs wide. You don't need to take them very wide. I'm going to kind of go to the corner. So we've got our legs wide. We're going to start to warm up those hips a little bit more. So let's sweep our arms up and we will dive it down and over right here. So we've got our legs wide. If it's available to you, think about your elbows are going to be inside of your knees. There's like that little indentation right there. Placing that right there, and just let yourself sit here for a moment. Hands are on those blocks so that you can lengthen through the spine. You're not looking completely down, you're kind of looking a little bit forward, maybe in front of you. But just thinking about that spine staying neutral, so staying in one long line. Keeping this here, breathing as we begin to wake up those hips. And then relax this down. If your hips back will let you. And let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. And exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen, one more, hold this here. You can exhale as we're holding, we're gonna do that twist again. So spinal twist, lift the arm up. Release that down, left hand goes to block, twist the other way. Lift right arm up and breathe. And then release that. Relax this into a fold. If your hips or hip flexors start to cramp, you can just shake that out if you need to. But we're almost done with this. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then release that. Inhale, sweep our arms up big. And release those arms to the side. Good. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to center. Bring those legs back together. Scoot yourself forward so that you're on the front of your chair, and let's go ahead and lengthen through our legs. So on the front of the chair, lengthening through those legs, go ahead and flex through our feet. So let's flex our feet, think about our toes going to our shins, reach up right here. So it's kind of that staff pose, because we've got those arms lengthened, we've got those feet lengthened, or those legs lengthened, and we've got those feet flexed. So really reaching here, think about lifting this up, inhale. And exhale it. Release our arms down. Keep our left leg straight. You can relax that foot. And we're going to go ahead and take our right ankle and place it just on the shin, the left shin. So just holding this here, sitting this up tall, breathing it here. We're beginning to wake at the hip. And then without moving that right foot, let's bend that left knee. And now you can move that up. So we're going to go ahead and move this up. We're still on the front edge of that chair. An ankle or foot are on the thigh. Inhale, lift. And then just exhaling it here, staying tall. And again, inhale, lift. And staying tall, exhale. Good, you can release that right leg. Take our legs out long again. Flex through our feet, heels are into the floor, reach up through our arms. Let's hold this here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Release our arms down. Let's take our left ankle to that right shin. You can release that right foot. And holding this here. Opening up that hip. Just waking everything up. Breathing. And then let's bend that right knee, take our left ankle foot onto that thigh and sit this up tall. Keep our spine lifted and lengthened. Inhale here and exhale it out. And again, inhale and exhale. Good, release that leg, shake that out. Now you can bring yourself onto, scoot yourself back, but not all the way, not quite yet. You still want that little bit of space between your back and the back of the chair so that you're still having to use your core. Let's do that staff pose again, but this time our legs get to be up higher. So let's go ahead and flex and flex, lifting this up, sitting on those sits bones. Reach up through our arms. We've got that capital L right here. Inhale deep and exhale. 2 more like this. Inhale it up and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Release our arms, still flexing our feet. Let's do some hamstring curls and leg extensions. So keep our feet super, super flexed so that they don't touch the ground when we take this down. So very slowly thinking about the backs of the legs, squeezing those legs down, really flexing through those feet, and then extend this up. Take it up. So now we're thinking of the quadriceps. Let's curl hamstrings, still sitting up tall, and leg extension, quadriceps. Curl those hamstrings, still sitting tall, and leg extension. And one more time, curl those hamstrings, and then extend. Good, release that left leg. Let's go ahead and take our hands underneath our right thigh, right hamstring, and let's rotate the ankle. And rotate it the other way. Go ahead and point that toe and flex through that foot. And point that toe and flex through that foot. Let's bring that leg in and give it a nice big hug. So bring that into the chair. You can be sitting up against the chair now. Give that a big hug. Let's wrap our left arm around our right leg and twist to the right. Breathing it here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Bring this back to center and twist towards the left. Just a little twist here. That right arm is wrapped around the right leg. And back to center. Let's take our right ankle to our left thigh. This time, if you might be able to bring that leg up further because those hips are kind of warm now. We've got that lifted. Sitting this up tall, so lengthen it through the spine and slowly begin to hinge it forward. So taking your time here before we add in that breathing part. You're still breathing, but we're going to do that inhale and exhale with the lengthening. But just taking your time, finding where you can go before your shoulders start to round. So find that spot. And then once you do, bring yourself back up, sit it up tall. Let's go ahead, inhale, sweep our arms up, bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hinge this forward and try and hinge as far as you can go without those shoulders going down and back or without them rolling, rounding forward. We want them down and back. Hinging it here, breathing it here. There's that tightness in that hip. Remember, being comfortably uncomfortable. Yes. Pain, no. And inhale, sit it up tall. Exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale, sit it up tall. And exhale, hinge it forward. And inhale, sit it up tall. And release the arms right there. And we can release the leg into shoelace. So let's go ahead and take our foot over to the left corner of that chair. Wrap our left arm around that right leg again and twist. If you've got a cramp right there, just from doing that, and shake the leg out. And twisting it here and breathing. And twist it towards the inside. Bring this back to center. Let's do one more. Let's wrap our leg and go ahead and wrap that around if that's available to you. If your ankle is warm enough. Go ahead and do those eagle legs. Sit this up tall. Sweep our arms up right here. And then go ahead and release that. Let's take our arms out so that we see our peripheral. And then let's go ahead and give ourselves a hug. So have that left arm at the top. Give yourself a hug right here. And then You can bring those hands up or you can wrap right here. So we've got the eagle legs, eagle arms. And breathing. And we can go ahead and release those arms, take them out, release them down, and you can uncross the legs. Shake that out. Good. Sit it up tall. Let's lengthen up through that left foot. Go ahead and take our hands underneath that left hamstring, and let's rotate the ankle here. And rotate the other way. And point that toe, and flex that foot, and point that toe, and flex that foot. But and bring that leg in, and let's give it a nice big hug. Wrap our right arm around left leg, and let's go ahead and twist it to the left. Oh, this feels so good. And then twist towards the inside right here. Bring this back to center. Let's take that left ankle onto right thigh, bringing that in closer, sitting this up tall. And go ahead and hinge yourself forward. Begin to hinge that forward and forward, taking your time and beginning to find where you stop, where your shoulders start to round. So we're just taking that forward and forward and forward and forward. Good. And then once you've found that spot, go ahead and sit it up tall. Let's sit this up right here. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. And exhale, hinge it forward. So hinging to that spot. Inhale. And exhale, hinge. Inhale. And exhale, hinge. Let's do one more time on this side. Inhale here. And exhale, hinge it forward. And then let's go ahead and sit this up tall. You can release those arms. And let's take it to shoelace lace. So take that left foot to the right corner of the chair. Wrap that right arm around and let's twist it to the left. Breathe here. And then twist towards the inside. Bring this back to center. Go ahead and cross our legs and wrap those legs. You can scoot it forward if you need to. Bring our arms up, and this time let's keep our right hand on top, our right arm on top. Give yourself a hug. So let's hug it right here. Give that a nice big hug. And then begin to wrap. If you can get those palms together, then good, or the backs of the hands. So it's whatever is working for you, whatever your shoulders, your arms are letting you do today. And breathe it here. Trying to keep both of our glutes down. I find myself, I'm like rolling over onto the right. Keep those glutes down and breathe. And you can unwrap those arms, release that, and unwrap the legs, shake that out. Good. Let's have those blocks, let's see, right here. So put them on the right side. Let's give our right leg the chair. So go ahead and take that right leg onto the chair. Take that left leg off to the side. And go ahead and just find yourself settling right here, getting that hip, thigh ready. Toe can be pointed front or to the side, just neutral, whatever feels best for your ankle. And let's reach up through our arms. So lengthen up through those fingers. Maybe drop that chin to chest and then let that eyes to sky. Good, let's go ahead and drop our right hand to the right side of the chair. Reach over with that left arm. So long line from pointer finger all the way down to that foot. And breathe. Windmill that left arm to the left thigh. Reach that right arm over. And then windmill the arms back. Let's take that left arm over here and we'll face the front of the chair. We'll square our hips towards the chair so that we can get that modified pigeon here. So that heel is lifted, toes on the floor. Let's lengthen up through our arms and get a back bend here. So we'll get a nice back bend, a supported back bend, reaching up through that. And then from here, let's go ahead, fold it forward. So feel free to have your hands on the chair, or you can have those blocks, have the hands on the blocks, or if you're feeling really flexible, if your hip's gonna let you, then you can just release yourself all the way down. I need the blocks today. But just lengthening that left leg, right hip, hip flexor, glute, stretching here in this pigeon. And breathing. Bring ourselves up and back bend once again. Reach up through this. Nice back bend, still breathing. Let's forward fold one more time. So take this forward, and maybe if your hands were on the chair, maybe you're able to go a little further right here. Or not, it depends on how your hips, joints are feeling today. And breathing. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up. Take ourselves back to center and take that right leg off to the side. Move those blocks tucked away. Right leg is off to the side. Left leg stays to the side. Right knee is bent. And let's go ahead and go into warrior two. So proud warrior right here. Nice warrior two. And breathe. Let's drop our right hand to the back of that right thigh. Left hand, back of left thigh. Right palm up and reach. Good, breathe. Let's take our right arm to that thigh. So side angle pose. Reach this over. Release this. Let's actually do warrior one right here too. So warrior one, we're just going to turn that torso, have ourselves towards one end of the room and reach up right here. So it's just a little bit more of a turning. Breathe. And then open this up, warrior two. And then release that. Good. Keep our legs wide. Bring ourselves forward. Let's take our right arm to that right thigh. Reach this over. And then release that. Good. Let's go ahead and take this to the other side. So bring our left leg up onto the chair. Take our right leg off to the side. Put your blocks over here if you're going to use them. And just preparing yourself for our warriors. Let's lengthen up through this. Well, preparing ourselves for a pigeon first. So reaching up through this. And then let's go ahead and drop our left hand to the left side of the chair and reach. So nice long line from the pointer finger down to that right foot and breathe. Windmill that right arm back to the back of the right leg. Reach over left arm. And then go ahead and windmill those arms over to the left. Let's turn our hips towards the chair into our modified pigeon, our supported pigeon. So toes are pressed into the floor, heel is popped, lifted. Let's get back bend right here. Ooh, nice. Long back bend, reaching, reaching, reaching. Not forgetting to breathe. And then let's go ahead and fold this forward. So hands are on the chair or on the blocks or all the way down. Trying to be balanced and doing the same thing on each side. So even if you're able to go further on this side, go ahead and stay where you were on your other side, just until the other side gets a little bit more flexible, because you want to be balanced on both sides. Being unbalanced causes injury. So you want the same amount of strength on each side. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up, back into that back bend. Reach. So back bend. So good for the spine. And then let's fold it forward again. So maybe going a little further, if it's available to you. And breathing. And then go ahead and bring ourselves up. Let's take our left leg down and off to the side. Right leg stays straight, move those blocks. And find ourselves in our warrior two. Reach out through those arms, faces relaxed, but everything else is strong here. Everything else is flexed, strong, breathing. Good. Let's go ahead and drop that right arm to the back of the right leg, left palm up, peaceful warrior. And then let's take it to side angle pose. So take our left arm to left thigh, reach that right arm over. And then bring ourselves back up. Let's twist it towards the front, or twist it towards the side, so that we get a warrior one right here. It's a nice warrior one. And then open back up, proud warrior. And go ahead and release that. Bring ourselves forward, legs stay wide. And let's go ahead and take our left arm to our left thigh and reach this over again. Good, and then go ahead and release that. Keep our legs wide. Let's take those blocks by each foot. You can scoot yourself forward if you want. Blocks are by those feet. Hands are on those blocks. Let's go ahead and do a lengthening here. So a wide leg monkey, lengthen up through that. And then release this into forward fold. And one more time, lengthen up through this. And release this into forward fold. So while we are right here, legs are wide, let's press our feet into the floor, press our hands into the blocks, and lift our glutes up off of the chair. So go ahead, and we've got a wide leg standing forward fold. Because our glutes are off the chair now. Relax that head and neck. While we've got those legs nice and wide, go ahead and grab those blocks and take those blocks in front of you. Got wide legs, blocks are in front of us, hands are on those blocks. If it's available, you might want to even widen those legs more. Hands are on those blocks, and let's find a tabletop here. So lengthen here. You might be up on those fingertips, or your hands might be flat. We've got a nice flat back here. Just holding this and breathing this. Release this into a forward fold, relax that head and neck. Inhale into that monkey one more time. So lengthen that right here. And then release this down. Good. Feet are going to stay wide. Press into those toes, press into those heels. Take our hands right to our hip crease, leading with the top of the head. Bring ourselves up. Take this up nice and slow because our head has been low for a while. Good. Bring that up. Very nice. And you can bring those legs together. Shake that out. Let's take the chair off to the side. Also, look around and find a wall because we're gonna do our legs up in the air on the mat, but we're also gonna do legs up in the air against a wall. So, but we won't go there yet. I'll tell you when. But just look around. Say, get prepared for a wall. Let's take our right leg up onto that chair and press that left heel into the floor. So pressing that left heel into the floor gives us that automatic calf stretch. Hinge this forward. Trying to get that right arm maybe to the inside of that right leg. So again, a nice hip opener. If you want to, taking that arm, if it's available, maybe wrapping that around. And let's go to release that. Bring ourselves up, shift the weight back, stretch through the hamstring on that right leg. And then bring this up, release and switch sides. Take it to the other side. Right heel is going to press into the floor so we get that automatic calf stretch right here. And let's take the inside, or left arm to the inside of that left leg. Just holding this, stretching this here. And you can mess around with wrapping that arm around if you want. Just stretching through that. Breathing it here. Let's go and release that. Bring ourselves up, shift the weight back, stretch this here. Hamstring. And then release. You got your chair, go ahead and turn it around. Let's do a modified downward facing dog. So hands are on our chair. Let's walk our feet back and lengthen through the spine. So nice long tabletop or flat tabletop, pressing our feet into the floor. Feet are about closer than hip width. You can even, if you want to, you can have those feet touching. It's just preference up to you. We've got that nice flat back. And then let's begin to let gravity do some work and allow your head and neck to drop between those shoulders. So getting that wonderful like armpit stretch here, what we would get in a downward facing dog. So upper shoulders, upper chest. Our feet are allowed to be flat here. In my downward facing dog, my normal one, my heels don't touch the floor. So this is really, really good for a hamstring stretch. Just breathing this here. That head is lower than the heart, so this becomes an inversion. Breathing, breathing. And then slowly, you can round that spine and begin to bring ourselves up right here. Good, roll the shoulders down and back. Let's do dancer pose. So come closer to your chair. Let's press our left foot into the floor. Reach our right hand for that right foot. I'm just holding that right foot so it's up tall. We'll begin with just that quadricep stretch. Holding this here. Lengthening it up through that spine. Opening the chest. If it's available to you, try and balance by reaching that left arm back for the foot. And then maybe opening that chest up. Now, if you'd like to go further, begin to hinge forward. You can go further too with holding the chair and hinging forward, just one hand holding that leg. So begin to hinge that forward and begin to press that right foot against that right hand. So thinking about lengthening through that foot. So you get a really, really good back bend here, but also a good hamstring stretch and strengthening for that base leg, that left leg, and a good stretch for the quadricep on that right leg. And we'll bring ourselves up and release that down. Shake that out, walk away from the chair a little bit, sweep our arms up, dive it down and over, standing forward, fold, relax. Relax the head and neck, relax the arms. Maybe nod that head yes, and shake that head no. And roll this up, shoulders roll down and back, and let's take it to the other side. So let's go ahead and grab our left foot, stretching through that left quadricep, holding this here, lengthening up through the spine, nice and tall. If you want to work on your balance, you can take that right hand and reach back for that foot too, and open that up. We're not hinging forward yet. But if you want to practice with that hinge, holding the foot, then go for it. Or having that hand on the chair and then hinging forward and pressing that left foot against the left hand so that you get that good stretch in the quadricep. Lengthening, breathe, strengthening that right leg, that standing leg. And then go ahead and release that leg. Walk away a little bit, sweep our arms up, dive it down and over, forward fold, relax the head and neck. Good, roll this up one vertebrae at a time and roll our shoulders down and back. You can turn that chair the way that we use it for shoulder stand, but let's go ahead and go to the wall. So you're going to go up against the wall and we're going to take our glutes up against that wall, take ourselves down onto the floor. Oops, the chair a little bit. The glutes are very close to that wall and lift those legs up against the wall. So we've got ourselves scooted up as close as we can. Feet are flexed. So this is the beginning part of our shoulder stand, supported shoulder stand. Feet are flexed, legs are up against the wall. Now we can climb the wall. So you can begin to walk those feet up the wall, walk those heels up the wall. And chin to the chest. Hold this here and breathe. And then begin to walk those heels down towards the floor and scoot yourself back towards the wall. We're going to do that one more time in just a moment. Give yourself a little bit of rest here. And then one last time, let's walk our heels up the wall. Let's go ahead and walk that up and up and up. Supported shoulder stand. And walk this down and down and down and down. And you can bend both of your knees, drop them over to one side, bring yourself up and take yourself back over to your mat, over to that chair. Grab a block. And we'll do shoulder stand the other way. So shoulder stand 2 ways today. Once you get over to your chair, go ahead and take your legs up on the chair. Put yourself forward. Let's take that block underneath the sacrum. So let's take it right underneath that low back. Arms are out to the side. Let's go palms up first. And then let's go ahead and lift our legs up. So now lifting up, and what's supported now, instead of our legs being supported against the wall, now our sacrum, our low back is supported. And breathe. And let's release those legs back down to the chair. Rest for a moment here. Let's take our palms and face them down. And then let's go ahead and lift our legs back up. So let's lift that up, flex through our feet, and breathe. And then go ahead, release that and release. Good, you can take that block out from underneath you. You can push that chair away. Don't be using that chair anymore. Grab whatever you need for final relaxation. So if you need a pillow or eye pillow, whatever you need for that. But we're still down onto our mat. Let's go ahead and reach behind both of our knees and pull that in. Take our chin to chest, forehead to the knees. Make yourself into a nice little ball. And breathe. Release this down, release those legs. Let's take our right ankle to our left thigh. Right hand is going to press the inside of that thigh away. So press that leg away. And go ahead and release that. Release that right leg. Take our left ankle, left foot onto that right thigh. Press that left thigh away. And then release that. Good. Bend our knees again, bring them into our chest, drop both of our knees over to the right. Take our arms out and let's look to the left. Oh, good spinal twist here. Breathe into this. Bring legs back to center. Drop them over to the left. Arms still out. Look to the right. And then bring this back to neutral. Let's lengthen through the body. So lengthen through the legs. Reach through our arms. You can put that eye pillow over your eyes as we move into final relaxation, our final Shavasana. So reach out through those arms, reach out through those legs. Let the heaviness of the eye pillow over your eyes begin to relax that face. That heaviness feels good over those eyes. Begin to relax that jaw. The body is still lengthening. Arms are still reaching, feet are still lengthening, legs are still lengthening. Low back is lifted, so that rib cage is also lifted. Lungs are full of air. Deep inhaling, deep exhaling. Inhale it very deeply here. And as you exhale, allow yourself to deflate, to sink. Allow your feet to fall open, arms open to the side. And beginning to quiet everything even more. Relaxing everything even more. Doing a body scan, a mental body scan. So imagining that you are looking down onto yourself and maybe scanning from your toes all the way to the top of your head, out to your fingertips, and finding any soreness, hot spots, tightness, or anxiety, or stress, or maybe finding emptiness, like where that stress was earlier before class, it's not there anymore. So recognizing the changes in your body. Recognizing the things that don't need to be there. Replacing with the things that do. Breathing. Still relaxing. Begin to bend your knees. Let those feet just press into the floor. Tuck that tailbone under. So now that low back can round into the floor. You can drop both of your knees over to your most comfortable side. And then take yourself onto your side into the fetal position. And gently and slowly pressing ourselves, bringing ourselves up into a seated pose. Strengthened and stretched, ready for the rest of your day. Sit it up tall. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together and bring our hands down to heart. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to heart. As we leave and face the day, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Big deep breath. And cleansing exhale. And namaste.